Hey guys, Josh here from Momentum Productions, and today we are going to be talking about how to use inverted mode on the Zhiyun Crane. So there are three creative moves that I love to use in inverted mode. The first one being the inverted low angle pan, the second one being the camera sweep, and the third one being the inverted 360-degree spin. Now before we get started with the video, it's important to learn how to properly place your Zhiyun Crane in inverted mode. I just grip my handle like this, nice firm grip, and just boom, flip it upside down just like that, nice and quick. And do the same exact thing to go back into right side up mode, like that. Now there is another way of doing this, and that is by putting the gimbal into standby mode by pressing and holding down the mode button. Then the motors will shut off and you'll be able to manually place the camera into inverted mode, just like that. And then you can press and hold down the mode button to exit out of standby mode, and the gimbal will turn right back on, just like that. But to save time, I like to quickly flip the handle around like that. Now the gimbal might get confused for a little bit, but since it has 32-bit MCUs, it will pretty quickly realign, readjust, and correct the camera's orientation into the proper spot. So don't worry about that. All right, without further ado, let's get to shooting. Let's start with the inverted pan. Take a look at how I hold the gimbal. One hand at the end of the handle and one right on the center. This is a great way to redistribute the weight between your two hands. Don't forget to gently tilt up and gently move your body in order to create that beautiful cinematic pan movement. Also note that I have no view of the camera's display. This is called blind shooting, and it's important for you to get comfortable with the lens and camera setup so you can envision exactly what it's capturing. Also note how I change my weight distribution between my right and left leg. This is another technique I use in order to obtain stability and accuracy in my shots. Let's move on to the camera sweep. The idea of this shot is to start low down to the ground and end up high. This is a great way to show movement and dynamics in your footage. This is especially important for real estate videos. The idea here is to get low down to the ground as much as you can, then use the heel to toe technique to get that smooth, beautiful footage, and slowly raise up your arms, keeping your elbows as close to your body as possible. Once you've reached the end of your shot, you should be at the highest point. At this time, I recommend doing a nice, soft, subtle pan. This will add an extra layer of movement and dynamics to your footage. Our last shot is the inverted 360-degree spin. This is the most difficult shot out of all the three. In order to get an accurate shot, I strongly recommend turning on your grid lines in your camera. This will help you keep the subject in the center of the frame. Next, take a look at my grip. Notice how I'm not as firm and as tight as the previous two shots. This will give me a longer range of motion in order to perform a full 360-degree spin without the lack of consistency. In order to get your consistency right, you have to practice. Having a part of the spin faster or slower than the other parts of the spin will not look great and not professional. Another reason why you should practice this shot is because it can tire out your wrists and forearms fairly quickly. So make sure you practice that. Also note my hand placements. They are together at the end of the gimbal's handle. Using the attached tabletop tripod, I'm able to extend the length of the handle. This is much more comfortable for me to perform the 360-degree spin. You may also use the built-in joystick to perform this move. However, the joystick is located on the upper part of the gimbal. For me, it would not be too comfortable to use the joystick when performing this move when the gimbal is dropped down so low. Also, feel free to raise and lower the gimbal in order to add more depth to the shot. That's exactly what I did, and I love the results. So those were three cinematic moves that you can apply to your Zhiyun Crane when using inverted mode. By using those techniques, you get more dynamic footage, more depth in your footage, and overall a more cinematic look and experience. If you like this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. You can also check out my website at www.capturethemomentum.com. Over there I have a free newsletter where I give away free cinematography and photography tips, so make sure you sign up for that. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see what you create. Take care. Bye-bye.